What's going on, fellas? Episode 3 out of 39. Getting there. Almost 1/13th done or something like that. Whatever the percentage that is, like 14%. Alright, this is like the worst math I've ever done in my life. That's not even close. Like 9%, I think, or around there. No, like 8%. Whatever. Anyways, though, we got another account review today. SykoR6. My man. We got this account today. Number 3 on the list. So let's get right into it, guys, on this account review. We're starting off 128. We got the... Oh, my Lord Jesus. I forgot her name. Hold up. I know this. Time out. I know this name. She's my favorite comment. I forgot her name. Oh my Lord, how did I forget her name? Oh no, I can't end like this. Alright, hold on. This is a terrible way to start off the video. Give me a sec. It's I wanna say it begins with an F. Oh no. I forgot her name. How did I forget her name? Oh, I can't end like this, guys. Hold up. I'll remember it. It's Glasgow. Oh my God. How did I forget it? Glasgow. I swear to God. Whatever. I don't deserve to remember the ship's name. I apologize. That was my mistake. Terrible way to start off the video. I apologize for that. Anyways, let's see what we got here. 73k attacks, 54k ships owned. Just about right. If you want to see how if you guys want to see a good measurement on how much you're playing, a good pacing, I'd say if you're an active player, your attacks should be 50% higher than your ships owned. So for example, if you have 100,000 ships owned, you should be roughly about 150k attacks, give or take. That's how you know you're an active player. If you have about 50% higher than your average, then you're playing just the right amount. This is a little bit less than what I expected, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Everything else though, solid, my man. Solid. So let's get right into the stats. I don't know if you have more medals, bro, but you can definitely slap on more medals. I think you put like 5 max. So if you have medals, slap them on because it makes your profile look cool. And then when other players look at you, they're like, wow, you have medals, man. You're so cool. So keep that in mind. All right, we got 3 UR Bullens here. Definitely trolling me. I believe it says this person started in Hololive. I forgot when that was. I think that was like 2020. I think that was 2020, right? It's like late 2020, I think. When Hololive, I forgot. It was during COVID. I'm pretty sure, like early COVID. I have no idea, but something like that. Anyways, though, let's get into the rest of the accounts. Ships owned. Okay, that giant watermark is blocking me. I can't see anything with it. But we have some 125 options here. Now, I hope there's not all of them. I really hope it's not. Bulldog at 116. I like it. I like it. Rarely do you see anyone with a Bulldog that's 116. So that is very rare there. So across the board, everything looks about fine for 120s. Going down the list. I hope you have more. Okay, there it is. All right, so we have Vanguard, we have New Jersey, we have Warspite, Drake, Shimikaze, Udachi, Hakuryu, Ulrich, FDG, E-Girl, Kronstadt, Helena, San Francisco, Enterprise. I like that skin, by the way. Georgia, Anchorage, Sirius, Duke of York, Centaur, Unicorn, Ark Royal, Cheshire, Kazagumo, Nagato, Ryuho, Shokaku, all your submarines, August von Parzival, Duca, Veneto, Aquila, Marco Polo, Tashkent, Helena Maida, Aqua, Aurora, and then some other ones as 125 options. I think you used all your cog arrays. I'm pretty sure you did. That's a lot of 125s. And all those choices are definitely good choices, assuming you're not a waifu gamer. I'm going to assume you're not. But those are definitely good choices to have at 125. Going down the list again, let's see here. Everything looks fine and dandy for 120 options. There are some other good options for 125. You don't have to do them, but if I see a good one, I'll definitely recommend it to you. But as of right now, you have good choices at 125 already that are picked out. Everything else looks okay. Now, Richard Lou could be a 125, but that's up to your discretion. Personally, she's a really good mob clearer. So if you really want one, you can get that. But I'm pretty sure your fleet's already decked out, bro. So you can ignore that. You don't really have to go for 125 Richard Lou. That's just another option if you really want to do it. But I'd save it. I think you have more than enough 125s as of right now. So save the rest of your cog arrays for other useful things. Now, there are definitely some choices in here, assuming you're not going for permastat already. Let me go ahead and read the rest of this already. First, start Azur lane on the last day of whole live event, but I've taken 2 6-month breaks since then. All right, so that's like a year. So it's like you've been playing for about 2 years, I think, then. So that's pretty good for 2 years. My research is also lacking compared to most at my account level because I didn't start research until 2021. Yeah, that's very late. that's very, very late. I cast complete free play, a stick for 1 battle pass bot and 1 ring pack bot. Recently, I've been working on rerolling cast and permastats. Also, shout out to guildmates from Almighty Nanoda. Interesting. All right, so going down the list again. Again, if you're working on permastats, and I do recommend that you have nothing else better to do, there are a lot of choices in here. I specifically recommend that you go for firepower for battleships and reload and aviation for carriers. Get those done first. After that, you can min-max, go for like hits for battleships, go for hits on carriers as well too. Get some firepower on heavy cruisers, light cruisers, torpedo stats on destroyers. Just some min-maxy stuff, but definitely get those 3 stats most importantly. Battleship for firepower, carriers, you want aviation, you want reload. So focus on that stuff. Aside from that though, whoa, that's a big skip. I hope I didn't press anything there. But you're working on some other ships right now, so this is taking forever to load, but Plymouth is a good choice whenever you want to get around and working on her. Everything else though, you don't have to work on them. They're just mainly there if you want permastats. You can completely ignore them, just like the rest of the meta ships, right? You can definitely ignore them. So skip all those. What we got for inventory and gear, assuming you show me your gear first. Inventory would be nice. You can show that later. So let me see here. So I gotta look at inventory first because I can't tell like what you're making for like in terms of what you need. I'm gonna assume you have a lot more than enough gear to go around for most of your things already, so you don't have to like focus too much on it. Let me actually, it's better to look off this way. So we have UR gear all on the works as of right now. Very good. Going over here. There we go. Wow, people have so many of the CL guns already. This is what I get for doing cubes. I'm like so far behind on those, but whatever. What can you do about it, right? Let's see. Okay, so you have 602 cog arrays. That's like 2-3 ships, I think. No, 2 to 4. Depends on if you want to do URs or SSRs. But that's 2 to 4 leftovers for 125s, which is a good amount. In case you want to do emergency 125, that's really good. Going down the list some more, what we got. So plates are good, but general plates are lacking. Definitely want to get that up, just in case. Everything else, though. Alright, gear. Gear-wise, alright, so we're 2 457s is really good. I say for bare minimum for a lot of people, you want to go for 2. Ideally, you want to go for 3, but getting 2 is really good. 110 ride is perfectly fine. Definitely try to get one more for in case we get a new UR carrier, but it's probably gonna be Musashi coming up this week, so it doesn't really matter. But you want to have at least 1. That's good. Get 2 going for convenience. Go 1 for a kilo for PvP if you care about it that much. I don't see a Drake gun here. Now it's not that important because Drake has a weird spot right now in the current like bossing setups nowadays. She's still a good mob clearer, but like in terms of bossing, she has fell off a little bit because she's not as durable as like a heavy large cruiser. So you don't really need a Drake gun, but it's just nice to have for min-maxing. This is the bare minimum right here. 2 457s, 1 10 rye. This is where you want to be for UR base point. Is what you want to aim for. After that, getting as many as you can is just for quality of life mostly. Everything else though, we have a good amount of gear, a lot of Quint torpedoes. This I can definitely relate to this because we need a lot of vanguards that need these, and I hate swapping them around. So we have 4 13 or plus 13 steam catapults, definitely do work on 2 more. 6 where you want to be off. I think, assuming you haven't upgraded your that one USS badge, but you do want to get at least 6. I mean, 6 plus 13 steam catapults. After that, up to you if you want more, but definitely get 6 minimum for a triple carrier setup. Everything else, though, we have a good amount of fighters, good amount of fighters, a lot of good corsairs, a lot of heavy cruiser guns. So these are perfectly fine. I'm hoping you worked on the new one that we got recently, because that replaces this one. Well, yeah, well, except for like one, I think heavy armor or something like that. I can't remember. Something like that, though. But that's fine. A lot of washing machines. I can relate to that as well, too. Fire control radar is looking good. Okay, 3 plus 13 shells. That is also good. Now, here's the thing about black shells for the most part. Occasionally, you want to have a gold fire control radar, and you have one at plus 13 already, which is good. I think I have 3 plus 13 as well, too. Now, the third one is kind of shaky, but it is a quality of life investment for sure. But you want to have at least 2, I'd say. I definitely recommend you get more Dido AAs, the plus 15 anti-airs, because I have like almost 20 and I still need more. Plus 13. Okay, so here's my take on plus 13 plus 13 Dido AAs. So you really want to plus 13 these anti-airs right here that give plus 15 firepower for Operation Siren. The reason why is because, or you want to plus 13 anti-air for battleships because of Operation Sirens, because you get a 13% damage increase when a gear is plus 13. So that's the main reason. Otherwise, when you increase an anti-air to plus 13, all you're getting is this better damage for like anti-air. It doesn't increase the plus 15 firepower that's already on this type of anti-air. Same with Stag Bofors. So the thing is, if you're doing that, you're doing it for Operation Siren, right? And the only real hard content, real hard one, are Arbiter fights. Now here's the thing. Arbiter fights are level 130. Your highest battleship right now, or the highest level you can get a ship to, is 125. Which means that enemy is 5 levels higher than you. And when an enemy is 5 levels higher than you, they have much more evasion compared to you. You're probably going to miss. Meaning Stag Bofors are definitely the better options to go around. Now, yes, I do see that you have 3 plus 13 Stag Bofors. I do too. But I didn't upgrade plus 13 Dido AAs. But yes, I know. We have a bunch of anti-air gold plates. You probably want to upgrade these, and that's fine. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. I'm just telling you why upgrading plus 13 Dido AAs isn't as beneficial, and this is for the viewers as well too. It's not as beneficial as upgrading plus 13 Stag Bofors. If you had to pick one of these, get plus 13 Stag Bofors and keep the Dido AAs at plus 10. I personally use Dido AAs for pretty much everything except Arbiter fights on battleships, because I want that hit accuracy, because the enemy there is level 130 and I'm 125. So I want that accuracy. If the enemies are closer to 125, I want more damage, I'm going to go firepower. So that's my logic behind it. And you only benefit from upgrading to plus 13 in OS, at least for anti-air. You can get better efficiency or better damage for anti-air, but it doesn't really matter much nowadays, because by the time you get to plus 13 anti-air, you're probably done World 13 already, so it doesn't really matter, right? So that is the anti-air talk right there. Skip around some more stuff. Bitters, get one more, you're good to go, my dude. Everything else, though, we're looking pretty good. You're looking pretty good now. I don't know if I saw any Ryuseis, or not Ryuseis, Junkers. I think they're like down here somewhere. I hope you have plus 13 Junkers, my friend. I see 2 plus 13 Ryuseis and Junkers, if I can find him. Junkers, 2 plus 13. Okay, so we're working on a 4th one right now. I would definitely recommend getting at least 6 torpedo bombers. 6 torpedo bombers at plus 13. And AP rockets are definitely worth getting to plus 13 now. If I were to pick one, we're going AP rockets right now, then come back to Junkers later on. Right now, these planes right here, the AP rockets are so good. I definitely recommend getting like 4. 3 or 4. I have 3 right now, but definitely try to get 3 at minimum, maybe 4. So work on those next for aircraft plus 13s. Those are really, really good planes. Large cruiser, you don't have to do this, but okay, never mind, you have plus 13 already. My mistake, I was going to say you didn't have to, but get that. This gun right here is really good. I recommend getting that plus 10. If you want to get 13, that's fine too, but I would save that for like Drake guns or something. So up to you, my dude, up to you. Everything else looks okay. Everything else looks okay. These planes, I don't know how I feel about these planes. These planes are kind of weird. I think I said did a review on them. I think I was like, whatever. Definitely do get more baguette guns though. I can never have enough of those. Now when it comes to cats, let's talk about cats. So people that have been playing for a while now should be having like a lot of plus not plus 30, but like level 30 cats. So let's go ahead and look. This one right here, we got a Jiromaru with Chief of Staff. Aviation Ace Carriers, Destiny, and Ace Pilot. Very, very good cat. Especially on an elite cat too. That's really hard to get 4 damage lines on an elite cat. That is a very good cat right there. The next one we have. Wait, is that all? Is that all you're gonna show me? Just that cat? Is that the only good cat you have, my dude? Come on, man. You gotta show me all. You can't just show me this cat and not show me the rest. Come on. You can't do me like that, bro. Anyways, PR progression, PR5. We got pretty good pacing right here. This is really, really good because of the queue system. A lot of people should be having a big improvement on their PR print access. Right now, this is a little bit under halfway done, but because we're almost 2 months in, this is really good. Most people with the queue update should finish probably within 4 to 5 months if you're consistently doing the right task. If you're being the cheap one, however, can't really help you there. It's going to take a while. But because we have the queue system now, a lot of people should be finishing up PR5 in roughly about 4 to 5 months, assuming you're taking a very, very good route. All right, PR5 right here. Everyone is maxed out. We're just working on the Face Simulation 5 right here, so nothing super, super crazy. August 1 Parsifal does get a really good one at level 5, so I recommend doing that one if you can. PR3 here, pretty much everyone is done. We have Drake a little bit lacking. She definitely needs to Face Simulation 5 though. Drake needs that damage increase because she's in a weird spot right now. And even with the Face Simulation 5, she's like kind of like whatever right now in the spot. So it's not like the best upgrade, but it's still something. It's something significant to her kit. In a meta where large cruiser are really, really good, at least she can do damage for like mob setups and whatnot, right? So Face Simulation 5, definitely try to work on that. PR2, we're basically all done here. Azuma is lacking the Face Simulation 5. We should help her. Wait. Yeah, we should help her. So if you can get that done, you're good to go. And PR1 is all done. Very, very nice. And I think in terms of campaign, we're all done here. I would go ahead and clear out all the stars though. I think you get gems from it. I think I could be wrong, but I think you get like gems or something for clearing out 3 stars. You get something. I'm not sure what it is, but definitely do that. Definitely do that. So that is it for this video. I do see some questions here. I'll go ahead and post them up for you guys as I talk about them. Question 1. Once I finish PR5, which PR gear should I focus on next? I was thinking about getting a third 457, then multiple 10 rides, but I don't know. So going back to what I was talking about earlier in terms of your gear setup. So you have the baseline right now. Heavy cruiser gun is kind of optional. I'm not like a big fan of it. Getting one is fine for Drake, but if you're not actively using Drake right now, it's kind of like whatever, trying to get her. There is going to be a time where using Drake is really good, probably during a meta fight sometime. Like you could do like an E-Girl, Drake, Helena setup. But as of right now, Shimakaze is like the best third flex slot if you're doing like an all damage setup. So it's kind of hard to like replace her. But when she comes back, definitely if she has her gun, she's just going to be really, really good. So, and she has a lot of sustain as well too, so that's really nice. So I would definitely try to get one. As your priorities as of right now, if you want to focus a lot into battleships, go for a third one. If anyone wants to be like a pure battleship player, you want to get a third 457. 2 is the bare minimum. You want to get a third one if you're going to play battleships a lot. As for Tenrai is really good. Don't get me wrong. Tenrai does a lot of damage. So if you can't get one on Shinano, that's actually really, really good. But I'd say as of right now, there is a lot of flex slot in not having a second 10 riser right now until a third UR carrier gets dropped. I'd say when a third UR carrier comes out, you definitely want to get a second 10 rye because you can adjust timings a little bit better. Because having two 10 rides right now, you can't really adjust much. Because if you run the same setup for both Shinano and Hakuryu, they both airstrike at the same time. So having a good plane setup that has a lot of damage is hard because most of the time to have the best damage setup, every carrier is running the same planes, so you can't really adjust that much. So as of right now, having 110 ride is fine. This makes it so Hakuryu goes last, which is really good. But definitely if you were to get a third UR carrier, having a second 10 ride is a must. And if you want to just go pure damage, you can get a third 10 ride if you really, really want to. So if you want to go battleship focus, go for a third 457. Otherwise, right now, I say focus on getting a second 10 right now because having that power spike on like a Shinano or a really, really good carrier is going to be really good because a Helldiver jump to a 10 ride jump is pretty damn big. It is pretty damn big. So second question. I struggle so much with Strength Arbiter. I copy the fleets and gear used by YouTubers and guildmates, but I still can't kill the hard mode one. What am I doing wrong? So Strength Fight is mostly, if you're not really well developed in your ships, you want to be a front-loaded player. What I mean by a front-loaded player is you want to go all out for the first 40 seconds of the fight. So you pop all your submarines. Submarines are really helpful here, by the way. You pop your submarines and you pop pretty much all your damage at the beginning and just face tank all the damage and just unleash as much damage as possible. The reason why I say this is because once you get into the shield phase of strength, most of your damage is going to be blocked off because that shield eats up to, I believe, 160,000 damage or something like that. So 160,000 damage is basically basically two ships doing their damage output, which means you're going to lose out a lot of damage right there. So having submarines that are really well invested can annihilate that shield ASAP. So if you're struggling with, strength as of right now, you definitely need more medium damage modifiers. And like I said before, even though I like battleships, they aren't the best for dealing with arbiters. Yes, again, it is a carrier show. And like I told you before, the best planes for dealing with the medium armor and what you want to focus on next are going to be these AP rockets. So get a lot of these to plus 13. I think I did a video where I won. I did manual one tap for arbiter strength. It was really hard, but you can definitely do it with two fleets very easily. But get these rockets to plus 13. Get 3 of them, and then you'll be doing a significant amount of damage compared to before because these planes are really good against strength. So use that. Third question. I have no idea what I'm doing when it comes to submarines. This is very little advice about them, and global tier list doesn't give much help with them either. So I personally don't know much about submarines either. I just copy the formula that I've been running with the whole time. So I'll go ahead and post my build for you guys in this video on how I build my submarines. But basically, I run this for pretty much everyone. I personally don't see much troubles with it. I just call out my submarines, and they do damage, and then boom, 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 I'm good to go. If you're talking about submarines when it comes to boss fights, it's all about timing. A lot of bosses have timings when it comes to when you want to use your submarines. I can tell you right now, Hermit, right away, you want to call submarines ASAP. Temperance, you want to call submarines a little bit at 1, I think the timer is like 117, so that it eats up that null shield that it has, assuming it has that tag. And for strength, if you want to time your submarines with the shield spawn, it just obliterates it right off the bat. Also, a hot tip, when Helena has her scan procced, it also applies the debuff to the shield as well too. So the shield takes more damage when the Helena scan is up. So keep that in mind. Wait until the Helena scan and drop your load on the strength shield and it should pop instantly. Fourth question. I've begun saving my gold plates because I don't know what the best next place to use them on. Any advice? Alright, aircraft plates goes into AP rockets, then your junkers. Battleship plates, or main gun plates, you want to focus them mainly on your main guns. Never focus on like sub guns. So like Mogami guns, light cruiser guns, unless you want to get on a shift to like plus 13. I personally right now, guys, I don't have a single plus 13 light cruiser gun because light cruisers don't do much damage, and they don't benefit me at all when I slap them onto a battleship. So I have no plus 13 light cruiser guns as of right now. You want to focus most of your main gun plates on heavy cruiser guns, large cruiser guns, and especially battleship guns. So right now you have these, then it's perfectly fine. If you go for a third one, definitely save up another 360 to get another plus 13 457. So that's gonna be main gun plates. Torpedoes, I just toss them onto the Quince one and the quad HMS torpedoes too if you want to play manual. So do that. As for general plates, I just toss them mainly on like shells and steam catapults. Nowadays I do them on like washing machines for more survivability, but definitely make sure you have 3 black shells, 3 white shells, 1 fire control radar, rainbow or gold, doesn't matter. 6 steam catapults at plus 13. That's the base minimum. And anti-air, just do whatever with it. And I answered the torpedo one, I think, already, so we're good. Which permastats are most important to focus on? So I've been focused on battleship firepower, CV reload. PS, some info in the description of the video. I read that right. So I told you before in the video, basically, battleship firepower for carriers, aviation, and reload. Once you get that, you want to min-max a little bit more. You go for hit accuracy for battleships, hit accuracy for carriers, firepower for large cruisers and heavy cruisers, firepower for light cruisers, and then torpedoes for DDs. So if you want to min-max, do those. After that, just do whatever you want for permastats, and you're good to go. So I believe I answered all the questions. This was a longer video, but I love questions because I love answering them. So yeah. Anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned to the next one, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm out.